So this is the last drive down from the little mountaintop paradise that I found keeping top secret. So hopefully it'll still be here open and available in the future. I watched a lot of places like this get just ruined in Colorado. Overuse, misuse, abuse. And that's one of the reasons why I don't disclose locations like this that I find. I don't want to be the reason that something really amazing gets shut down because it gets extra well known and extra popular. And sadly, people don't take care of these natural places the way they should. Most of us do, but not enough of us apparently, because it's pretty easy for these places to get trashed. So I'm not telling you where this is. You have to find it for yourself. I don't know that I have a whole lot of emotions yet. I've moved over 30 times in my life. I've been so many different places. I just kind of get up and go on to the next thing, and it's something I'm making an effort now to actually try to embrace the moment. I mean, I'm out here doing exactly what I wanted to with my life, what I dreamt of. I've built something that I've got waiting back at home that could be an amazing future, where I get to utilize my skills properly, all of them in the way that I dictate, and not just picking and choosing bits and pieces while somebody else tells me what to do and how much I'm worth. At the same time, that's still not the long-term life I want to live, but managing an entire brand, their marketing, their apparel, their online presence, and everything is extremely valuable experience, and it pays well. So I'll be doing that for a little while for a custom motorcycle company. But I've got some big plans on this trip home. There's a lot of this little journey yet to come still. So, I'm excited. I'm almost thinking about just blazing right past Santa Barbara and heading over to Lake Havasu for a couple days. At the same time, Santa Barbara is an amazing place, and I don't yet have enough footage that I think really fully showcases what that place has been to me. Well, none of my footage will really showcase what everything's been, but it'll give you a little glimpse into the life. So I think we're going to head over to Santa Barbara for a night and just get some footage and enjoy the place. And then head on to Havasu and check that out for a day or two before we go to Vegas for a day or two. Then Moab for a day or two. And then hopefully off to my top secret location out in the mountains, where I'm planning on buying a small piece of land and putting up a tiny home. It took until my early to mid 40s before I really broke my mind free of everything that the education system and society and jobs and everybody that wants you to be reliant on someone else instead of self-sufficient. It's taken me, I was 23, 24 when I graduated college, turning 24 when I graduated college. I'm now 42. So it's been 19 years of me trying to figure out how in the world this world works, why I don't fit into it, and recognize that I'm not supposed to. I'm not a direction follower. I'm not an order taker. I'm not somebody who's supposed to be told by another person how valuable their time, energy, skills, and life are. I'm supposed to be having adventures. I'm supposed to be taking risks. I'm supposed to be uncomfortable. I'm supposed to be creating a path for myself, not having somebody else spoon feed me what I'm supposed to do, how I'm supposed to act and look, what I'm supposed to believe in. All these things that education, jobs, politics, debt, banks, everything wants us to be. I don't fit into any of those boxes. And I'm just embracing that, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this life work the way I want it to work, instead of doing what other people tell me to. I am currently traveling between Santa Barbara, California, headed towards Lake Havasu for the night, making a little cross-country trip here. I want to talk to you about the value of getting started, how terribly important just getting started is. And I want to start from kind of a preface of, a person that's in a place in life that sees there's something more, there's something different, and they probably don't know exactly what it is. Maybe you've got an idea, maybe you've got somewhat of a vision, but you don't have the clear path from point A to point Z figured out yet, which is pretty common. That's usually how it goes. So I'm currently
on this pretty amazing trip here. Today is 11 months exactly since I departed from my hometown, a suburb of Wichita, Kansas, the centermost metropolitan area in the United States of America. We have no mountains, we have no oceans, we got no palm trees. All of our bodies of water are muddy and polluted with crop runoff, with human waste, plant treatment, stuff that's been put back into the water, supposedly treated, lots of chemicals, lots of mud. And, there's some great things about home, but I sure can't be there full time. It is just not congruent with the sights I want to see, the variety of cultures and mindsets that are out there, the different opportunities that are in the world. So, hopefully some of you guys have been following along on this wild journey, but I've spent the last 11 months now traveling and living in this four-wheel drive SUV. This was supposedly a diplomat's vehicle and part of the presidential motorcade. I turned into a tiny home. I didn't clean anything up in the back for this shot. Just see if I can give you a little bit of an idea. We'll do a tour. There's a whole build-out video, by the way, if you want to see me build this thing out and take it from where it was to where it is now with the brand new engine and transmission. But we're headed, I think, towards Barstow. Never been out there before. We're inland here in California. And so this whole journey started, I had spent 7 years in a ski community, Summit County, Colorado. That's where Breckenridge, Keystone, Copper Mountain, Arapahoe Basin, they're all at. And there's a bunch more ski slopes real close. Just over the pass is Vail. You got Beaver Creek, you've got Cooper. They're all over the place. There's more and more and more in every direction. I'd been planning and building a life. During that time, the housing market got taken over by Airbnb. It was no longer possible to buy or own a condo or a house or land out there. It was totally obtainable when I first moved out there. Just wasn't the right time yet. My 7 years in the mountains ended as a result of a divorce. Came back for a couple years, did a bunch of different things, and was just totally defeated. I've always known my whole life that there was something more, something better, something different for me than just trading hours for dollars, having somebody else tell me who to be, what to do, how much I'm worth, and to have to rely on another person, party, entity, corporation, etc., to be able to feed myself, to keep a roof over my head, to keep gas in my tank. That's not me. There are a lot of people in the world who really love the reliability and dependability of a stable job, health insurance, 401k, take care of their family. And I'm not saying that that's wrong for a lot of people, but I know that there are a bunch of us who it absolutely is wrong for, yet we live in a world who tries to slam us through the same exact mold that it slams everyone else through. All the direction followers, all the order takers, we're getting smashed through the same place because, the system, whether it's the government, whether it's the big corporations, they just need robots. They need people that they can buy their time from and then mark that time up in one way or another. And, I just heard an interesting statistic that Gen X has 90% less wealth than the boomers at the same age. And, for the few of you out there who are watching this who might say, oh yeah, it's just the younger generations are lazy and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of structural and fundamental things that have been happening for a long time that have really put the younger and younger generations in a situation where it doesn't matter what they do, they're not going to be able to generate the same outcome as previous generations. So for me, I personally don't believe that spending the rest of my life fighting an uphill battle that I'm never going to win is the path that I'm supposed to be on. I know that I have an impact to bring into this world. I know I have a positive impact that can help the masses through my capabilities, through communication, through my adventurous spirit, through the fact that I've taught myself not to be scared, but to go just head into the things that are uncomfortable instead of run away from them. So probably about 2 years ago, I'm at home working with the same custom motorcycle company I'm doing my freelance work for now. At the same time, I was working with another business doing freelance with them, a roofing company. You know, there's a good business model there, but there's some challenges in that industry that tend to just kind of go across the board. And at the same time, I was also doing a part-time job, just waiting tables to keep some steady cash flow. And I was at this moment divorced. Oh, it looks like we've got 2 minutes left on this memory card. I don't know if I can get this out in 2 minutes. I was at that moment divorced. I had a lot of freedom in life. And I decided to really choose to design my future. I had freedom. I was going to create the direction I wanted my life to go in. Spent a lot of time thinking, who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I want out of this life? And then I decided, hey, I'm a video producer. I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I got 20 years experience in this field. I'm good at communicating. I'm adventurous. I got footage of stunt riding, custom motorcycles, snowboarding. I'm just getting started. And the next was this asset that I have, this custom vehicle that is capable of going most places and with the right mindset could become a home, could sustain me. So I decided to make a YouTube channel about going off and having some adventures. I didn't know where I was going to land. I didn't know what I was going to do to survive. But a bunch of different things lined up. There was 2 events in Kansas, the 2 most perfect events that there could be for me. It was an overland rally and Red Bull Freestyle Motocross, so one of the biggest freestyle motocross events in the world, both out in the middle of nowhere, the week before I would have to leave for the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I said, well, this is my date. I'm going to go do a little pre-run weekend to those 2 events, come home, get the final details worked out, and hit the road for the Balloon Fiesta. By the time that came, you know, I would have been stacking cash, but I was spending all that money preparing this vehicle, preparing for the trip. I had less than $1,000 to my name, no job, no real plan. I thought I was going to go to Palm Springs because it just seemed like a good climate to go for the winter. I was going to use waiting tables as my avenue. They pay well, good hourly in California, plus tips. So things are pretty all right at, you know, for generating an income, showing up quick, and being able to survive. So I said, I am going to leave on this date, and I did it. Just pulled into Lake Havasu City, hanging out at the London Bridge Beach now. You know, it's crazy where I was staying on the Central Coast in California. I don't think it broke 80 one single time all summer. Right by the water, it was always chilly. The water's always chilly. So I'm gonna enjoy jumping in the water here at this lake.